Hello and welcome to this week's edition of TMA from Engadget. My name is still Matt Smith, taking you through the biggest, most interesting tech stories of the last 6 to 7 days. Let's go. So with the upcoming macOS Tahoe 26.2 update, Apple is introducing a new low latency feature that lets you connect multiple Macs via Thunderbolt 5. Sure, but what does that mean? Well, for developers and researchers, it's potentially a very useful way to create a powerful AI supercomputer. Yes, 4 Mac Studio systems, each with up to, let's say, 512 gigs of unified memory, can run the 1 trillion parameter Kimi K2 thinking model far more efficiently than equivalent PCs with power-hungry GPUs. And yeah, we've seen Thunderbolt Mac clusters before, but they were limited by slower old Thunderbolt speeds. This new feature allows for the full Thunderbolt experience of up to 80 gigabits per second. Now, as Devindra Hardawar notes in his story over at Engadget.com, make sure to read all that, unified memory and low power design of Apple Silicon was already making Macs a useful choice for demanding AI work. Clustering multiple systems together over Thunderbolt 5 is potentially even more tempting. A Mac Studio with 512 gigs of RAM isn't cheap, of course. It starts at over $9,000 with the M3 Ultra chip, and you will need several of those. However, that's only the highest end option. This new cluster feature will also work with M4 Pro Mac Minis and M4 Pro and M4 Max MacBook Pros. And for those of us not making AI supercomputers out of Macs, this year's Game Awards 2025 have been announced and will take place on December 11th at the Peacock Theatre in Los Angeles. The nominees for Best Game of the Year are Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, barring the chiaroscuro delights of Clair Obscur, look it up. It's a lot of sequels, and one gorilla-shaped existing IP. Interestingly, 3 of those games are also up for the Best Independent Game of the Year as well. In fact, Clair Obscur is the most nominated game in the 12-year history of the ceremony. When I reviewed it, I called it a hit. I was right. Again. But will it win? You might have noticed that many of your apps, social networks and sites were taken offline earlier this week when Cloudflare suffered a major outage. It wasn't, however, a DDoS attack as initially suspected. In fact, the culprit, according to the company's CEO, was due to a change to its database system's permissions. Boring. Apparently, Cloudflare's bot management system uses a machine learning model to score bots for every request that they make when they crawl Cloudflare's network. And a tweak to a file involved in that process triggered the error. You're still there, right. Fortunately, at least, the error was addressed and sites and services came back online several hours later. It was, however, Cloudflare's worst outage in years. So, the live-action Zelda movie looks like this. And this. And this. While unofficial videos of the filming of Legend of Zelda hit the internet first, Nintendo has now unveiled the first images of its live-action project. One photo shows Link and Zelda amid the hills of New Zealand where filming is taking place. And naturally, if you've got characters with elven ears, you have to film in New Zealand. Those are the rules. Now, you might notice Zelda appears with a bow and quiver, so hopefully it's a more modern spin than the typical damsel in distress of the first original games. I mean, the entire game series is named after her. Filming has just started, so these stills will be all we have until a true trailer arrives. And that was your TMA. Thanks for watching along, and Black Friday's kind of already happened, so it's weird to even reference it in the video or reference that it's been referenced. But I hope you got whatever your heart desired in the sales, or you just saved your money. Both are valid options. Thanks once again for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you same time next week.